I hate AI, but I also dislike the people who just blindly hate it and don't understand why it's bad. AI, like with many things, is a tool, and like with any tool, it's good for specific things. A screwdriver, for example, can tighten and loosen screws. A hammer can be used to destroy TVs or drive in a nail. But what happens when you take a tool that is super good at compressing and processing data in a human-like manner, a tool that can do hours of research in mere seconds, can compress novella-length books into a page in moments, and can tailor teaching to you in a very unique way? What happens when you essentially try to use a screwdriver as a hammer? That is where we run into an issue with AI. The real problem is when you let it do everything. AI isn't bad in itself. It never was, contrary to popular belief. AI isn't bad for the environment, it's not stealing any data, and it's not the thing ruining the software or tools you use on a daily basis. No, that's a much deeper seated problem. It's corporations. Or you go ahead and write me off and be like, oh, you fucking Cyberpunk 2077. Give me 5 seconds. Everyone is forgetting that the real problem with AI, like with any quote-unquote business venture, they are feeding us to the beast. AI needs to be trained, and the same way we can ethically train a person to be good at a skill, we can also beat someone with a stick till they do what we want. Just the difference is, in this case, corporations are taking our sticks and beating AI with it. Because the amount of value our stick provides, it's projected to be near infinite once enough is fed into the AI, because the AI can pretty much exist perpetually, like forever, quote unquote. So that would be expensive if they actually had to share the pie with consumers and the average person. So what's the better solution for the company? Let's just steal it from everybody. Billions of images, articles, and work just stolen. And now, AI can generate millions of images from plagiarism, billions of texts from theft. It can and likely will be able to replace pretty much any job in the future once robotics catches up. And that's the crazy thing about it all. The only bad thing out of all of that that can be attributed almost directly to AI is the dumbing down and the dependence most people have on AI. Realistically, this is probably by design. The dumber humans are in the future, the AI is competing with less, and so it will surpass them faster. So naturally, this is likely the intended effect that corporations are trying to have with the AI. Just like everything else bad AI is doing is probably very intentional. The RAM shortage benefits Microsoft, who's trying to push for a cloud infrastructure and get everybody paying for Game Pass so that they can't own anything but have to pay a bunch. It's a similar situation. High water and gas prices literally making you pay for a product that you don't even have access to until you pay the subscription on top of all that. Right now, companies don't even have to foot the bill for their own AI infrastructure that they're building. People that don't even pay for the subscription do. AI itself isn't bad. It's bad because of how corporations use it. It's bad because regular people have to foot the bill before we even become the consumer. And corporations are getting a free pass to just force everyone to pay for it. The simple way to fix literally every problem with AI is for the government to pass a law like AI data centers need to source their own water and power and are not allowed to be attached to the main infrastructure. Done. Simple, easy. Or better yet, we can have them foot the bill for the water price increases or power increases that are caused by AI. Nothing else has to happen. But instead, no, the consumer has to foot the bill for products that they haven't even opted into. Corporations are even responsible for the enshittification of your favorite software and games. Corporations that involve AI into everything you do just so they can pretend that the AI part is what's causing growth. So investors will fork over the coin to remove the average person from the ecosystem. We are in the most dystopian version of this timeline. They will harvest everyone like batteries. We are in the Matrix. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to stop using AI. It means that we have to be more ethical about our use of AI. Just because a game uses AI, that doesn't make it a bad game. AI can be used as a crutch to help a game. For example, Larian Studios, the developers behind Baldur's Gate, they used it as a way to help them experiment with more things and create a better art direction without inherently stealing or taking. They used it the same way you would with any other reference image, where you go onto Google and you look at what other people have done. This is something that has been done for decades now. Everyone does this. The only difference is they're now able to shape stuff that other people have made into something that's more akin to what the end product would be. And then they will, of course, be making the art themselves. In the case of Call of Duty or Windows, it's being used to provide the same or worse products for a fraction of the price. They are essentially breaking the legs of a game and giving it crutches so it looks like it's standing. Or Windows, how Windows programs that should work with no problem are breaking due to AI. Like how you couldn't close the terminal for one of the updates because they decided, let's have AI program the next update. Or let's go ahead and replace all of those little tags in Call of Duty with AI generated images instead of paying an artist to make unique designs for everything. That in no way benefits the consumer, but for some reason they're still doing it. My advice to you is to stop using online AIs from companies who you know are collecting your data. ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Perplexity, and many more. And if you do or have used them, delete the data. There's always a form on their site that they have to provide. They legally have to provide you a way for you to opt out of any sort of data collection and delete your data from their internal systems. And you can switch to things like Duck.ai or Comfy UI to host local models. Local models will be slower. They will have more limitations for now. In the future, if things shift back to the corporations understanding that nobody wants their online AIs, they're going to start realizing, Microsoft has already realized that Copilot runs significantly cheaper if they give you a local version of their, they have an agentic version of Copilot that they put locally onto people's systems, and it worked way more efficiently because running stuff online is way more expensive. Buy games from small developers, or buy games from small developers or developers that you know aren't going to be using AI unethically. AI being used for references rather than to replace concept artists or in-game assets is not bad, and is in fact probably the most ideal use of AI in the future. Stop watching AI slop videos on YouTube Shorts. That's the only real way that you can fight against the corporate use of AI. The only real way to kill this corporate AI, I guess is what probably the best name for it, is to make the numbers tank. If you can't be classified as a user of corporate AI by any clear system, investors will get scared. Your water bill will likely go back down. Your electricity bill will also likely go back down. AI and shittification will likely also go down. So I don't really hate AI, I hate corporations that will unethically rip people apart to feed their AI machine. I have given you all the information you need to fix this. Hopefully you understand that AI itself is not and was never the problem. Most of the downsides can't even be directly attributed to AI. But what will you choose? The blue pill. You go back to your average AI use and let them turn you into a battery. Or the red pill. Stop letting them harvest you for your data, your money, and your brain. The decision is for you to make, and you alone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.